Hey guys, how's it going? It's Trieyx here. Pokemon Go is one of the biggest things right now, and as a Pokemon fan for my whole life, this was something I always wanted. However, what I noticed when I first played this game was that the explanation was really vague. I'm not sure whether or not Nintendo purposely made the game's explanation really vague, so we would have to explore what the game has to offer for ourselves, or because they didn't think that they needed to explain how to play this game in detail. Either way, there are a lot of people who do not know how to play the game, or how the game works, and that's what this video is for. I want to help all of you who are having trouble understanding how to play this game, and for the people who do know what they're doing, maybe I'll cover something in this video that even you might not know. There are also a lot of hidden Easter eggs in this game as well, which I'll be covering in this video. Alright, enough of the stalling, let's get right into this video. I'm going to start this video off with a bang. Apparently, there's a way to get what evolution you want 100% of the time. This method only works if you haven't seen the Pokemon yet, so basically it only works once, but don't quote me on that. This is all speculation, but I've seen a video where a YouTuber by the name of Preston Plays did this Easter egg and it worked for him, so I believe it works. I haven't tried it yet because I haven't got enough Eevee candies, but once I do, I'll definitely try this out. The reason why I call this an Easter egg because if you watch episode 40 of the first season of Pokemon, the episode is based on the Eevee and its evolution. The episode is called the Battling Eevee Brothers, and basically there are 4 brothers. One of them had the Vaporeon named Rainer, the other had the Jolteon named Sparky, and the other had the Flareon named Pyro. The last brother had the regular Eevee, and he had to decide which evolution he wants his Eevee to become. So how this method works is that if you want a Vaporeon, you have to name your Eevee Rainer before evolving it. If you want a Jolteon, you have to name your Eevee Sparky before evolving it. And if you want a Flareon, you have to name your Eevee Pyro before evolving it. If you want to see this Easter egg in action, then I'll leave a link in the description below to the video where Preston did this method, and then you can decide for yourself whether or not this method works. If it does end up working, leave a comment in this video to let me know, because I'm curious if this is an actual Easter egg or if it's a hoax. As you may all know by now, you can actually start off with a Pikachu instead of the usual Kanto starters. To start off with a Pikachu, once you are able to catch your first Pokemon, walk away from them. And if you walk far enough, they will disappear and reappear right next to you. If you do this 4 times, the 5th time the starter Pokemon as well as Pikachu will spawn. I kinda wish I knew this before playing the game, because Pikachu is one of my favorite Pokemon, and I would have loved to start off with it. In this game, there are certain areas known as Pokestops, which can give you items when you're near it. Some items you can get are Pokeballs, Great Balls, Raspberries, and eggs. You can also put a lure module on it to make Pokemon spawn around the Pokestop. But what the game didn't tell you was the Pokestop resets every few minutes, meaning that you get a whole bunch of items fast and easily. So if any of you live near a Pokestop, then you guys are lucky and I envy you. When catching Pokemon, you get XP every single time you catch them. You can also earn bonus XP by throwing a curveball, and to do that you have to spin your Pokeball till it sparkles and then throw it. By doing so, you earn 10 bonus XP, which isn't a lot, but it adds up over time. If you hold on to your Pokeball before throwing it, you will see that the circle around the Pokemon will get smaller. If you are able to throw the Pokeball in a small circle, you will get some bonus XP as well. If you get a nice throw, you get 10 XP. If you get a great throw, you get 50 XP. If you get an excellent throw, you get 100 XP. Also, it apparently increases the success rate of catching Pokemon as well. So for those of you who are bad at aiming like me, then we have a lot of practicing to do. When you try to catch a Pokemon and you try to make the circle smaller, you might notice that the color of the ring might be a different color. Now it doesn't mean that there's something wrong with your eyes. It indicates the difficulty of catching the Pokemon. If the Pokemon has the green circle, then it's easy to catch. If the Pokemon has the yellow circle, then it's a little harder to catch. And if the Pokemon has the red circle, then you're screwed. Nah, I'm kidding. It's just gonna be really hard to catch. If you're bad at aiming like me, then you'll probably miss a lot of Pokeballs. Apparently, if you miss and tap the Pokeball fast enough before it disappears, you can get it back. I'm not sure if this works or not because when I tried it, it doesn't work, but that might be because I didn't tap fast enough. Have you encountered a problem where you keep getting the same Pokemon over and over again? Well, be sure to capture them, because if you catch them and transfer them to Professor Willow, then he will give you 1 candy of that Pokemon, which is really useful. What stinks if you transfer a Pokemon at a higher evolution or a higher CP, you still get 1 candy. Hopefully they'll change that and give us more. Another reason to catch all the Pokemon that you find that you get a lot of candy, and evolving them gives you a lot of XP. If you evolve a Pokemon, you get 500 XP, and if it's a new Pokemon you never seen before, you get 500 more XP. That's 1000 XP in total, and if you use a Lucky Egg, you get 2000 XP. This is by far the best way to level out your trainer. One of the best ways to make catching Pokemon a lot easier is by turning off the AR. This makes it so the Pokemon will stay still in one place and will also help you conserve battery. Did you know that this game has the battery saver? If you go to your settings, there's an option called battery saver, but it's not that good though. The best way to make use of your battery saver is by having the top of your phone pointing down. This way the screen will get dark and this helps conserve battery. The phone will still alert you if you find a Pokemon, so don't worry. This game drains your battery quickly even with the battery saver. So if you want to play this game for a long time, then you should buy a portable charger. Most of them are cheap and is worth it in the long run. When hunting for Pokemon, you'll notice the footprints right under it. This indicates how far the Pokemon is. If it's 3 footprints, then it's 1 kilometer away. If it's 2 footprints, then it's 100 meters away. If it's 1 footprint, then it's 20 meters away. And if there's no footprints, then it will appear soon. Did you know there's an easy way to find the Pokemon you're looking for? If you look at the picture I put up, credits to whoever made this. It tells you how to track down a specific Pokemon. So basically, all you have to do is pick the Pokemon that you want to track, turn on your compass, and turn yourself 360 degrees slowly. Once you are pointing in the right direction, a green box will start pulsing in the bottom right. And if you walk in that direction, you should find the Pokemon. I did not test this out, so I don't know if it works. But if it does, feel free to leave a comment on this video. If you look around the map and you see leaves flying through the wind, this means that there are Pokemon near that area. If you encounter a Pokemon with a yellow or red circle and you want to make it easier to catch and not escape, then use the raspberry. This is really useful when catching rare Pokemon. When you go to Pokestop and you get an egg, immediately put that egg in the incubator. Also, when looking at the egg, it should tell you the amount of kilometers you have to walk in order to hatch it. If it's 2 kilometers, then it's going to be a common Pokemon. If it's 5 kilometers, then it's going to be an uncommon Pokemon. If it's 10 kilometers, it's going to be a rare Pokemon. The best way to hatch an egg is to ride a bike or run. You can hatch an egg using a car, but you have to drive really slowly, and you can get pulled over for driving too slow, which is why I don't recommend it. When fighting in gyms, the key thing is to dodge. In order to dodge, you have to swipe either left or right on your phone. The best way to indicate when you should dodge is by looking at your screen, and you should see a yellow flash, or something like that on the bottom of your screen. This indicates when the opposing Pokemon is about to attack. To attack, you have to tap your screen, and to use your special attack, you have to hold down. What I noticed is the best way to beat a gym is to use a Pokemon with a fast attack, and to fight a gym with a friend or someone from your team. Once you beat a gym, you will be able to claim the gym, and you will be able to put one of your Pokemon there to defend it. I suggest putting a Pokemon that has a high CP and a lot of HP. Also, if you have a Pokemon in the gym, every 21 hours, you'll be able to get 10 Pokecoins and 500 Stardust per Pokemon you have in the gym. However, the cap of getting the reward is 10 Pokemon, meaning that you can't get more than 1000 Pokecoins and 5000 Stardust. To collect your reward, go to the Pokeshop and click on the shield in the top right hand corner. Wait before you power up your Pokemon. The higher level your trainer is, the higher CP Pokemon you'll find in the wild. So chances are, you'll probably find a better version of the Pokemon you want to power up. Apparently, there are designated areas where Pokemon will spawn. Some places might be a place that spawns Dratinis, whereas some places might spawn Kangaskhans. It all varies between the area. I really hope I find a place that spawns a whole bunch of Dratinis, because that'd be awesome. If you tap your Pokemon, you will hear the sound that they make. And last but not least, stay safe when playing Pokemon Go. Seriously, you guys mean a lot to me and I don't want any of you guys to get hurt. Anyways guys, that's it for this video. If you guys enjoyed this video and found it informative, then be sure to hit the like button. And if you guys want more Pokemon Go videos or Pokemon in general, or if you like Kingdom Hearts or Dragon Ball, then be sure to hit that subscribe button. I make a lot of news and discussion videos on each of those things. Also leave a comment down below if I missed any tips, or if you have any tips to share. I love learning new things about Pokemon Go, and I'm pretty sure a lot of people would like to know as well. Now that you know all these tips, what are you waiting for? Go out there and become a Pokemon Master. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you later.